The first time that I tossed these $2,000 headphones on my noggin, I thought to myself, okay, Meze, you listened, and these aren't ending up in the trash can this time around. Just like the original Lyric, Meze has been marketing these as being portable, and knowing how let down that I was with the OG Lyric in this regard, I went straight to my phone and my laptop to see if things have changed with the second generation. The first thing that I noticed was a warmer tone and a fatter sound, which I immediately appreciated more than the original Lyric's voicing. Remembering my grievance of how weak the OG Lyric sounded in this regard without more juice from a dedicated amplifier, this was the first sign of the Lyric II's voicing moving in the right direction. Top-end extension and air are surely there with the Lyric II's, but it's not as in-your-face or forward-sounding as I remember with its predecessor, and this felt like an easier-to-appreciate sound right out of the box. The Lyric II has received a refresh both visually and sonically. Starting with the visuals, the Lyric II's now offer ear cup coverings that are made of striped ebony wood and look fantastic. With a warmer and rich voicing to match, this shows consistent design aesthetics that complement the targeted sound profile. With the easy removal of the magnetic pads, you can see the quarter wavelength resonator mask, which not only looks bad to the bone, but also strategically covers select openings in the driver frame to effectively attenuate high-frequency peaks above 7 kHz for a less fatiguing listening experience. The sizing mechanism glides without effort, which makes adjusting the headphone very easy to do, and the top band has some additional padding that rests comfortably on the head. Clamping force is minimal, and with a larger head, I don't feel pressure on the sides of my face at all and would easily be able to wear these headphones for hours without discomfort. If you can't decide which cable to get with the Lyric II's, well, you might not need to worry about that at all. The Lyric II now comes with Meze Audio's premium hand-braided copper cable as a standard, which is a 4.4 design ideal for portable players and headphone amplifiers, plus a 3-meter TPE cable for home listening. And of course, the Lyric II's second generation's modular design allows for easy cable upgrades and replacement as desired. Like all Meze headphones, the Lyric II's packaging lends itself to a great customer experience, and the attention to detail is obvious. The hardshell case is nice, and the hardshell packaging that houses everything is also well built. I am always impressed with this aspect of Meze's products, and this is no different, making the customer experience enjoyable and making me feel like Meze cares about every aspect of the headphone even before you listen to them. As I've already mentioned, I already like the Lyric II's a lot more than the originals and feel the voicing is better balanced. Even with my iPhone or MacBook headphones section, I had no complaints about driving these with authority because of that warmer sound. It sounds bigger and more bold, and this is good news for those who are taking the Lyrics on the go. With that being said, I do have the brand new Voyager from Burson Audio and the Absolute headphone amplifier by Manly Labs. So with the Voyager, the Lyric II sounded quicker and more precise. With a presentation that sounded more focused and detailed, this worked incredibly well with the warmer or neutral sounding Lyric II, helping highlight the top end of the headphone. Also with this amp, these headphones sounded wider and more expansive than I remember with the OG Lyrics, and with crossfeed enabled, I was pleasantly surprised just how deep and wide that the stage actually sounded, and without question, this is one of my favorite things about the Voyager amp. In this regard, these headphones paired perfectly with this amplifier, and I would highly recommend this as a reference home setup. As for the Absolute amplifier by Manly Labs, I was able to get close to the level of precision of the Voyager while in push-pull, but knowing that I had tubes to work with, I decided to move more in the direction of single-ended and warm things up to get a completely different flavor out of the headphone. Adding to the fact that I can add or remove negative feedback until my heart is content, we now have the best of both worlds to play with. By warming up the lyrics even more, I gotta say, this was a sound that, while not the most precise or detailed on the planet, and for that get yourself a pair of Empyrean 2s or even the 109 Pros, I happen to love the warmer and smoother profile. While not as rolled off through the upper mid-range as my 99 Classics, the Lyric II sounded mostly linear through the mid-band, but sounds a little relaxed in the 1 to 4K critical region. For those who want every little detail to pop out, I'm afraid to say that these might not blow your mind in that regard, but for a lot of us who are fine with a little bit of forgiveness in the critical region, well, yeah, the checkout button awaits. When it comes to the overall Lyric II listening experience, it's very close to the warmer Meze house sound than the more exciting 109 Pros and obviously the Empyrean 2s. On the other hand, with the Lyric IIs that shine a more detailed light in the lower part of the mid-range, these are capable of giving you a ton of nuggets in the fundamentals without cramming the harmonics down your throat. Cymbal hits still sound realistic, and the meat of the bell is there, but you might not hear as much shimmer or shine on the top end as a headphone that's emphasized more in those upper harmonics. To me, the Lyric 2s still sound natural and while giving me all the detail that I could ask for, but again, the presentation is a little bit warmer than the recent headphones that I have heard from Meze. So, do the Lyric 2s belong in the trash can? No, not this time around. And while the warmer presentation might not win everyone over, I am digging the new voicing, and I think this headphone is much easier to appreciate, especially over the long haul. So yeah, check out the Lyric 2s if a warmer profile from Meze is what you're after.